one family, 8 kids, and apparently one very important blue bowling ball. Today, we are taking our family to Crazy Pinz for a full day of bowling, mini golf, arcade games, and with kids ranging from toddler to teenager, we are putting Crazy Pinz to the ultimate test. Can everyone actually have fun? Welcome back to the Mama Simply channel. I'm Amber, mom of 8 kids, and today I'm sharing with you our family's trip to Crazy Pinz for their Beat the Heat special. One of the things I love about having a large family is doing things together. But I'll be really honest, finding activities that work for 8 kids who are all at completely different ages and stages can be a real challenge. What's exciting to a toddler isn't necessarily exciting to a teenager, and what's fun for the teenagers isn't always exciting for the little kids to participate in either. So when Crazy Pinz invited our family of 10 to come experience their Beat the Heat summer specials, I was really excited to see how this was going to work out for all of us. And I'll have to say, from the moment we walked in, everyone was so helpful. When you walk into a place with 8 kids, there's a lot going on. Shoes to get, bowling balls to find, kids figuring out where they're supposed to be. So having friendly people who are willing to help out really makes a difference. We were here to bowl, play mini golf, check out the arcade, and see what kind of day we would have. Crazy Pinz is running their Beat the Heat summer special, so that's what we came to try. The bowling special includes 90 minutes of bowling and shoe rental, and they also have a mini golf special for $30 that includes a $25 arcade card and 1 mini golf ticket. Now, if you've ever bowled with 8 children, you know that the actual bowling is only part of the experience. Greg was already challenging the teens to a game of bowling that he was going to win. And then once we had our shoes on, then it was time for the kids to pick out their balls. And there's a lot of ball selections. There's a lot of opinions. Somebody took the ball that somebody else wanted. And a lot of waiting for your turn. And then somebody tries a ball and decides they don't want that ball after all. And then we get signed in. And everybody gets all signed up and ready to take their places. And then there becomes some very important ball ownership issues. So Ellie found a blue bowling ball, and apparently that was her bowling ball. No one else was going to touch the sacred bowling ball. She was the only one who was allowed to use it, and she protected it like it was the family treasure. Crazy Pinz also has a restaurant that you can order from. They offer Pepsi drinks as well as pizzas and sandwiches. So those were really nice to have while we were bowling. And we had our littlest bowlers, so Esther, Andrew, Ellie, and Evelyn. This is one of the reasons I love finding activities where the whole family can participate. Evelyn doesn't need to bowl a perfect game. She just needs a chance to take her turn and feel like she's a part of it. And she was pretty happy about that. Meanwhile, the teenagers and Dad have apparently decided that this is no longer a casual family outing. We had a real competition on our hands. And I have a feeling the teenagers were enjoying it almost as much as Greg was. And every once in a while, Mom gets to show everyone how it's done. A strike, and I'll take it. And while mostly we were just really good at rolling gutter balls, lots and lots of gutter balls. I have to say we had the best cheering section.
Let's go play mini golf. Okay, we have to put the balls back.
And just like that, we're moving on to the next activity. One thing I really appreciated about Crazy Pinz is that we didn't have to pack everyone up and drive somewhere else every time we wanted to try something different. We could go from bowling to mini golf and then to the arcade or any other activity we wanted to do while we were there. And with a family our size, that's a pretty big deal. With 10 people playing, it took us a little bit to pick out the perfect color of golf balls that everyone wanted, as well as get the right size. But there were lots of options, and in the end, everyone was happy, and we were ready to get started. The first thing Evelyn noticed was the water, and of course, she thought that looked pretty interesting. And Dad was giving advice on golf swing and helping the little kids learn how to get set up with their mini golf. And he did such a great job showing them the different techniques. And then from there, it was a little bit like herding cats. Everybody was just all over the place, but having lots of fun. And of course, the boys had to turn mini golf into a competition because apparently we can't do anything without somebody keeping score. And then there was Ellie, and Ellie had the best time playing mini golf. And once again, Evelyn is ready to play. I just love watching the little kids do things like this because they don't care whether they're good at it. They're just happy to be included. Mini golf with a family of 10 is a lot of fun, but it is also a little bit like herding cats. There's a lot of action, a lot of stuff going on, and somebody's always losing their ball. But while everyone else was doing their own thing, David was apparently taking this game very seriously. Great job, David. And remember that Beat the Heat mini golf special? It comes with a $25 arcade card and one mini golf ticket for $30. So after playing mini golf, we headed into the arcade. And this is where things got really loud. The kids scattered in approximately 12 different directions. All the kids from the teens down to the little kids found something, and there was something for everybody. Esther helped Evelyn on the motorbikes, and the teens especially enjoyed all the different variety of games. Evelyn loved pushing buttons. She found lots of buttons to push. I think that was her favorite thing to do while we were there. And then we also found a game where she could jump, and she loved that as well. She especially loved anything interactive. And the teens especially loved interactive shooting games. But I really have to be honest, I think the one person who loved the arcade the most had to be Greg. I think Greg tried just about every game and activity there was, and he thoroughly enjoyed the arcade so much and said that had to be his favorite part. And we even found games that everyone could play, the squirt guns. And I don't know what it is about squirt guns, but it doesn't really matter how old you are. Everyone wants to play. And this was probably my favorite part of the day to watch because the kids weren't doing anything particularly impressive, but because everyone was just having fun. The little kids were having fun. The big kids were having fun. The teenagers were having a great time. And Greg was having a blast. And this is where I really started thinking how a place like Crazy Pinz works for a large family. We have 8 kids. They are not all interested in the same things. They are not all the same age. And they definitely don't all have the same idea about what makes a fun day. But here, everyone found something they enjoyed. Bowling, mini golf, arcade games, and Crazy Pinz also has go-karts, party rooms, and more that we didn't even get to experience today. We really only sampled a little bit of what they offer. So if you're looking for something where a family outing, a large group, or even a birthday party, there's a lot to choose from. We could have stayed longer and still not have done everything. And of course, we couldn't leave the arcade without picking out prizes. This might have actually been the hardest decision of the entire day. 8 kids, 8 different opinions, and approximately 800 possible prizes. But eventually, everybody did make a decision and picked out what their prize was going to be. And Esther's going to show you her prize that she picked out. This little squishmallow that converts into a shark from a clownfish, or maybe that's a narwhal. I don't really know. I guess you'd have to ask her, but she was thrilled. And just like that, our day at Crazy Pinz is over. Everybody has their arms loaded down with prizes, and everybody had such a great time. The kids had a blast. Greg got way too excited about the arcade. Ellie was protecting her blue bowling ball. David got a hole-in-one. We played mini golf, arcade games. The teens and Dad had a little competition. We laughed a lot, and we got to spend the day together. And honestly, I want a lot more of that in our family life. So what does our Mama Simply family really think? Everyone rated 10 out of 10 for fun, 10 out of 10 for the little kids, 10 out of 10 for the big kids, and for our family of 10, 10 out of 10. And would we go back? Absolutely.
Got it.
We only got to experience a little bit of everything that Crazy Pinz has to offer. So I think we'll have to come back and try out some of the other things that we missed. Thank you again to Crazy Pinz for inviting our family out and giving us such a fun day together. The facility was very clean. Everyone was very kind, helpful, and very welcoming to all 10 of us. Our kids genuinely had a blast. And if you are looking for something fun to do with your family or a large group this summer, check out their Beat the Heat specials. Thanks for spending the day with our family. We'll see you next time.